Every game begins the same way.
My friends in Birdland, it's an unspeakable pleasure to be with you again for another edition of our channel, a space dedicated exclusively to our passion for the Baltimore Orioles. Before we dive deep into the hottest news and the most accurate analysis of what's happening with our birds, I ask you from the bottom of my heart, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. Subscribe to the channel to ensure that you receive firsthand the fastest and most in-depth analysis of the O's. Here, we don't just report, we live the team's daily life, and you will feel the difference of a truly passionate and well-informed perspective. The O's now Bo chant during the national anthem is not just a tradition. It's a symbol of our pride and identity, and it's with that same spirit that I address each one of you. The most anticipated news for all of us, and one that could define the direction of the Orioles not only for the rest of 2025, but especially for the 2026 season, is the return of two of our starting pitchers, Kyle Bradish and Tyler Wells. Both are in the rehabilitation phase in AAA. And to be completely transparent with you, it's a situation that fills us with hope, but also requires caution. Bradish, in his first rehab start in AAA, did not have the performance we would have liked. In 3 innings, he allowed 7 runs, 5 of them earned, giving up 6 hits, 3 Ks, and 1 walk on 57 pitches. The numbers by themselves are not encouraging, but the main point here is not the result, but the pitch count. He was able to throw 57 pitches and will now get another chance in AAA on Friday. What does this tell us? That the rehab process is progressing. The most crucial thing for us is to see him return to the level that made him one of the Orioles' most valuable pitchers in 2023, with a WAR, wins above replacement, of 4.8, one of the highest in the franchise since 2017, surpassed only by Corbin Burns last year, and of course, by John Means in 2019 and 2021. Tyler Wells, on the other hand, had a slightly better performance in his first AAA outing, recording 4 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings. He seems to be closer to getting back in form. The expectation is that both will be back with the main team by the end of August, which would give us a chance to see them in action for at least a few games before the end of the season. And if they manage to settle in and pitch well, the impact for 2026 would be monumental. Think with me, if Bradish and Wells return to their best level, we would have a starting rotation that, combined with the dominance of Trevor Rogers, who already has a WAR of 3.4 in just 10 games this season, the expected return of Grayson Rodriguez after his surgery, and the solid presence of Dean Kremer would give us a truly formidable pitching staff. The road is long, and there are many ifs in this equation, but the possibility of a dominant rotation is real. Their rehab performances now are a vital thermometer for the franchise's future, and we are watching every pitch, every statistic, and every decision by the coaching staff. Continuing our analysis, the news from the minor leagues gives us even more reason for optimism. The truth, Birdland, is that the foundation of our franchise has never been stronger, and one of the names that echoes the most in this regard is Samuel Basallo. This kid is simply incredible. At just 20 years old, he has an OPS over 1,000 and has already hit 23 home runs in 71 games. For a catcher, these statistics are simply surreal. His ability to hit the ball with power and consistency is something we haven't seen in our organization for a long time. Basallo is without a doubt a game changer, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him on the main team as early as August or at the latest at the beginning of September. The front office and coaching staff, led by Elias, still want him to improve his defense and game calling, but his presence in the lineup, even if only as a designated hitter, DH at first, could provide an injection of energy and firepower for the final stretch of the season, especially in games that, in practice, may not have much relevance for our position in the standings. And he's not the only one. Dylan Beavers, our number 3 prospect, is also wreaking havoc. He recently had 2 consecutive games with 2 home runs, a performance that is attracting the attention of everyone in the league. He is currently batting .310 with 18 home runs and an OPS of .962 in 86 games in AAA. For a 23-year-old player, these numbers are phenomenal. He, like Basallo, is another one who is in line to be called up to the main team. Having these two talents emerge at the same time, in addition to their already established Colby Mayo, gives us an extremely promising outlook for the future. It's a sign that the rebuilding plan, which required patience and was often criticized, is starting to bear fruit. The talent we have in the minor leagues is deep, and more importantly, it's developing. This gives us the necessary flexibility for the future, whether to fill roster spots with elite players or to use these same talents as trade bait to acquire established stars, especially in the trade window. It is crucial to understand that the success of these young talents, combined with the return of Bradish and Wells, not only improves our roster in the present, but also puts us in a position of strength for the next offseason. The Orioles front office has a golden opportunity. They can use this rich pool of prospects to put together irresistible trade packages and seek out a top-tier starting pitcher, an elite middle-of-the-lineup hitter, and reliable bullpen arms. The strategy is not just to dream, but to act. Ticket prices are going up, and so are fans' expectations. The front office knows it's time to go all in and build a team that not only competes but dominates. What does all this mean for the rest of 2025 and for the planning for 2026? For starters, Trevor Rogers' success is a beacon of hope. His dominance on the mound, even in a limited number of games, shows us that we have a solid piece for the future of our rotation. If he can maintain this pace, he will become one of the pillars of our team for years to come. The rise of Samuel Basallo and Dylan Beavers to the main team is inevitable, and in my opinion should be accelerated. Even if it's just to play as a DH or in limited field positions at the end of this season, the experience of facing MLB-level pitchers is invaluable for their development. This is what the front office is doing with Colby Mayo, and the result has been excellent. He is establishing himself as a key part of our team and is showing that the talent from our minor leagues is ready for the challenge. The big unknown, however, remains our injured pitcher, Grayson Rodriguez. His surgery and subsequent recovery are vital to our 2026 plan. The hope is that he will make a full recovery and return to the rotation at full strength. If that happens, and if we add to him the talents of Bradish, Wells, Rogers, and Creamer, our rotation will undoubtedly be one of the most feared in the American League. And we can't forget other names that might enter this equation, such as Zach Eflin. Although it's unlikely the Orioles will sign him next offseason, his return to the team and his performance will be factors to watch. The depth of our roster, both in the major leagues and the minors, gives us enormous room for maneuver. The window of opportunity is opening, and for the first time in a long time, I feel that the front office is truly ready to act aggressively. Our talent base is so rich that the Orioles have the ability to put together extremely attractive trade packages for any franchise. This means we can go after an elite pitcher to be our ace, a middle-of-the-lineup hitter who brings consistency and firepower, and bullpen arms to strengthen our game closings. The rebuilding is complete. Now is the time to build a championship team. And that's why every rehab pitch from Bradish and Wells and every hit from Basallo and Beavers is so important. They are crucial pieces of this puzzle. Their success is not just good news. It's the foundation on which we will build the future of our franchise. I believe we are on the threshold of a new golden era for the Baltimore Orioles, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. In summary, the return of Kyle Bradish and Tyler Wells to the main team, combined with the imminent rise of elite prospects like Samuel Basallo and Dylan Beavers, and the dominance of Trevor Rogers, puts us in an incredibly strong strategic position for next season. The Orioles are assembling an arsenal of talent that can not only positively impact the rest of this season, but also serve as the foundation for building a championship team in 2026. The window of opportunity for the front office with such a deep talent pool is wide open to make high-impact trades and solidify the franchise as one of the league's powerhouses. The expectation is that Bradish and Wells will return to their best level, that the young talents will integrate into the main team, and that the front office will use this abundance to bring in the missing pieces for an elite rotation and a powerful lineup. The construction of a formidable team is underway, and the success of these players is the barometer of our future. And what do the fans think of all this? What would be the best strategy for the next few games? Do you think the front office should be aggressive and use prospects as trade bait, or should we wait for their development? Like this video, comment your opinion, and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving the most exclusive and in-depth analysis of the Baltimore Orioles.